fastest growing demographic was 9 to 18-year-old girls. Who knew this would happen? Who knew business could become so appealing to the next generation? And of course, we're very proud of this. But many people don't remember that in the early years, the first 3 years of Shark Tank, nobody was watching the show. A dog and a cat somewhere. It got canceled 3 years in a row, basically. But I remember specifically, early in the 4th season, for the very first time, this happened to me. And I'll never forget this day. I live in Boston. I was at Boston Logan Airport leaving with my daughter and my wife, and I asked them just to wait for me. I ran into the men's room. And there was another fellow in there, just the 2 of us, and he was over to my right, and he kept looking at me, kept turning his head, looking at me. This had never happened before. And he finally said, "Are you Kevin O'Leary, that guy on Shark Tank?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're an asshole." And I said, "Why would you say that?" And he said, "Because last night on Shark Tank, you bought 51% control of a young company as the first round of financing. That's so unfair." And I said to him, "Listen, there's a lot of business done in men's rooms. Not today. I mean, this is my money. I'll do what I want with it." And we had a bit of a dialogue about what the value of the company was. And then he went outside. He couldn't have known that my wife was sitting up there with my daughter, Savannah. And he went up to her and said, "Hey, that asshole Kevin O'Leary's in the men's room." And she said to him, "I know." I want to talk a little bit about the secret sauce of Shark Tank. I'm going to tell you a couple of secrets about what's really going on there. First of all, we know nothing about the companies when they come on. The pitches are as long as 2.5 hours. You only see 8 minutes of them, particularly ones that look like they're going to get financed and there's a competition. And in season 4, I decided to try and figure out something that really intrigued me, because it would change my investment philosophy on the companies I was going to fund that came through the Shark Tank. I tried to figure out, what is the value of the platform? What's the value of Shark Tank just by itself? What's the value to have a company that no one's ever heard of come on the Shark Tank and have 10 million people learn about it on the first airing, another 2 million over the weekend, and then 880,000 every night after that? What's that worth? And the only way I could figure out to test it was to take something that was a total commodity. Something that was really ubiquitous, that anybody could make. And then putting it on Shark Tank would be the differentiator. And then we could just measure what I call the Shark Tank effect. Now, Shark Tank obviously has a huge number of followings, and the show has been very successful, but most of the deals that people bring on are unique or have some proprietary technology or have a patent. I'm going to talk about this case study to help me test what it was worth. What is more ubiquitous and non-proprietary than a cupcake? Water, sugar, flour, butter? There's thousands of cupcake companies in America. There's a cupcake right outside this door, I can guarantee you that. You might have had one for breakfast. The point is, everybody can make a cupcake. I'm going to give you a case study on a company called Wicked Good Cupcakes. We're going to watch a couple of minutes of video to set it up. And then I'm going to share with you the data. What happened to this company after this deal occurred. And then we together can measure the value of what really Shark Tank is. So let's watch this video. This is Wicked Good Cupcakes, very close to my home, in Cohasset, Massachusetts. I think you'll get it pretty quickly.